smoothly. But thanks for coming, bro.
My dog. You know what I'm saying?
DJ DeWu.
You know what I'm saying? Hey.
It's Chris King Taylor, again with another podcast, Politicking with DeWu. So, who is DJ DeWu? I know we met kind of on we was working for somebody, which is a whole nother story. But how you been since then and all that, man?
Life after that, man. You know, it's been interesting, ups and downs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no complaints, man. You know.
Shit, that used to make shit worse anyway, you know. Yeah. So who is DJ DeWu?
Man, DeWu, man, just I can't say young. I ain't young no more. Just a brother from St. Louis, man, trying to leave a legacy for my children, man. That's the whole bottom line right there, you know.
All right, and in that just the journey of one finding out who DJ DeWu is and leaving that legacy, what are some like imperative things to make that legacy that you feel is part of your legacy to leave? You know.
I'm gonna answer it like this. I fucked up my Navy career.
Really?
I was young. I was stupid. I ain't know no better, man. Young cat from St. Louis with a lot of money. I had a lot of money when I was in the Navy, and I fucked it up. But if I would have stayed in there my whole 20 years, I would have retired at 38.
Mm-hmm.
That's still my goal, to retire at 38. And what that looks like with that question you asked, that's residual income.
Okay.
That's my money working for my money. So if I don't feel like going to work the next day, shit, I ain't got to because I'm still getting paid.
So it's making it a little easier for your kids, you know, like, because I mean, in all honesty, I don't know about you personally, but I didn't have much to go with from my parents. Like they did the best they could, but it's like, you know, my dad works, my mom works. It's not like they were able to leave anything because just the position that a lot of us are in, you know. So what strides are you kind of making towards changing that?
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm always be a DJ, but you know, with me going to school for production and stuff like that, I definitely have tried to step into that realm very heavily. You know what I'm saying? So if I can get one of these songs or one of these beats or something placed in one of these TV shows or
like scoring and stuff like
man,
that.
Look, and I be trying to get people to understand that, like, old girl Juicy Fruit, shake that ass, that little twerk song she had with Zed Zilla.
I don't know. That ain't even my type of part.
Yeah,
you know?
but she. A lot of people might think she fell off, but she's straight right now. Like, if you ever watched the show P Valley,
yeah.
that's her on they theme song.
The intro, really.
Man, look, bro, she paid, bro.
Yeah.
Like, people don't understand about them type of sync royalties and stuff like that, man. Like, I don't give a damn about it being on the radio. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, the radio don't have as much value no more because they really strip it away because they'll play your shit, then that shit'll be done. They'll say your shit is whack and it shouldn't be played no more. And it'll take all the value of whatever it was.
It's almost like you gotta get a TikTok popping first before they pick that shit up now. Like, it's
that's
crazy.
what I do want to kind of ask, like, what's it like being a DJ nowadays? You know, because also, like, even music, like, are you playing music you like? Or do you, what's it like catering to the people, your audience? What is the audience like?
Well, first, residual income off the music and residual income off of, you know, real estate. That's what I'm trying to do for that. But that, what you talking about, man, like, it's different, bro. Like, I'm 36, bro. So, like, me coming up, we had Chan, you know, we had DJ Cut, you know what I'm saying, Sir Thorough, Cuddy, a lot of them guys that was killing the game, you know what I'm saying? So now I did everything I could to try to get one of them coalitions back in the day. You know what I'm saying? The street team with 100.3 the beat, Q95, 5, know what I'm saying? Like rest in peace, Tony J. Like Tony J was really the only cat that really gave me a shot trying to do something. And I got a chance to do a couple of them Traffic Jam Music Awards with him.
Okay.
And he even let me do an interview with him for school when I was up at Forest Park and stuff, man. And I'm gonna have to look that up, man, because it was really dope. I didn't know he was going through the shit he was going through. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think you make it in the radio station. It's all right. You know what I'm saying?
That's just the beginning.
That's just the beginning. They still going through shit. Like, I ain't even know that, man. Like, but as of now, man, like the club scene is crazy. Like you got a lot of people that's clout chasing, and like I can honestly say I seen St. Louis change.
Really?
Man, like we wasn't no clout chasers, man. Like we was the
y'all did have your own vibe. Like
we was the
back
motherfuckers
because
be like.
I moved out here from Cali the first time in 07, late 07, right after I graduated high school. And during that time, like from 07 to maybe 10 or whatever, it was like St. Louis just had their own heartbeat. It was like the radio sounded different. They played all people that was from St. Louis. Yeah. And it was like, everything was like how they used to sold St. Louis, you know, like, so it's.
Hey, St. Louis used to get the best of all the worlds, man. St. Louis, and in a way it still is. St. Louis was a segue, man. Like, if your shit jump in St. Louis, you got a hit. That's how it was. Like it was to a point like to solidify your artistry in the industry, and I may be talking about some shit I don't know nothing about, but I really feel like this how it was because this what I saw as a kid growing up. Motherfucker had to come through St. Louis and pay St. Louis respect to blow up. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like the young cats, man. They caught up with trying to be like everybody else. They don't know the history. Like a lot of our people been stripped away, killed in jail, on drugs real bad, so they ain't been able to pass that information down to help them understand. Like, hey, bro, be you.
And it kind of might even seem like it's kind of happening like that on a whole like national scale because we all so interconnected with social media and all that. No real region has the vibe as much as it used to. You know, they still have their little sound, but it's like it's hard to really be your region because you're taking in everything from everywhere, and you're like, oh, pulling this from that, and it's like, you know, when they kind of started doing it, you know, when ASAP did it he's from New York, but he sounded real Houston like that, but now it's like everybody is. You can't really pinpoint where somebody's from no more.
That's crazy.
Just by listening to
that. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, and I never thought about it like that. Technology and social media did really have an impact on that. And guess who it started with? Soulja Boy.
Yeah, I mean
straight up, like you don't get that man his credit. Like he straight changed the game for real.
I mean, Soulja Boy is like if you like just took it as residuals, or if you looked at it as like I don't know if it's a family tree, but if you look at it as branching off, like he's probably the root of like all these social media platforms, all the TikToks, all the shit. Like he was the one who took the independent route and took that shit to a whole nother level. Because it wasn't even people were. When you talked about being independent before Soulja Boy, it was like, oh, I'm outside selling my CDs, or you know, I'm just pushing my demo, or I'm doing me.
I gotta get to New York to get this demo tape up there.
Exactly.
You know
I gotta get somebody
like,
to hear it. I gotta get this. Like he really like took shit in his own hands and said, I don't even care if you want to hear it or not. You're gonna hear this song. And the way he even strategically, how it just starts. That song started off like you, and the whole just the sonics of it. It's like it's on some genius shit. Yeah. Like it was capturing type of shit. I didn't like it but I couldn't not like it because it was just everywhere.
Let me tell you how deep it is, bro. Like I was a little puzzled when I first started at school down there. Shout out to Nelly, man, for Extreme Institute, man. I don't care what nobody say. I can't take that away from you, bro. You gave a lot of cats a way out. You know what I'm saying? Whether they took it or not. You know what I'm saying? You brought information here for everybody to get. Now I got it, and I appreciate it. But like, I was stumped. Like, why we gotta have a psychology class at a music school?
But it's a lot about
and it's so deep, bro. Yeah. It's so deep. This music stuff so deep, man. Like frequencies and vibrations on a whole other level type shit. Like like it's certain keys and melodies and stuff like that they got in music that are familiar. You know
that make you attract to it. That they,
It got some type of call tag in there that make you, you know what I'm
it's
saying?
damn near hypnotic. Like it's damn near hypnotic.
Man, on every level. And then like, you know what a lot of people don't understand. Like you can't listen to all that shit, man. That shit really be getting in your mind, and like that's why a lot of the youth and shit caught up right now.
It's funny. I was just talking about this because I just came back from California. We landed yesterday, but I was talking with my brother and his girl. They have kids. My brother, he listens to, you know, like the King Vons, the whole new wave, and it's like just. And me, I'm not gonna say like but I just can't listen to. I don't even like playing violent video games. Yeah. I can't listen to violent music. I can't really do it for too long. Like my little brother will come play some stuff. I'll be like, oh, that's kind of cool, but I can't really just retain that. But it's like I don't think people really recognize how much information seeps into our system just from what we're listening to every day. And plus, my brother has kids, and his kids, like when the song come on, they can rap it word for word. They can do the thing. They do the what they doing in the videos and all that stuff. And it's like, it might be entertaining for the meantime or something, but what is the residual perception that's given to that child from this, you know? Like how can...
First of all, that child is an empty vessel.
Exactly.
And it's retaining all that information that you pouring in it, whether it be good information or that toxic shit that we listen to. You know what I'm saying? Like trip off of it, man. Like even back in the day, we finally got us a little sip of beer or something like that, and our favorite song come on. It be in our soul, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? We turn, you know.
I remember I used to drive faster just because of what song came on. Like if I get a good song on, I'm like, I'm whipping this.
When Zoom by Boosie came on, man, like everybody was a NASCAR driver.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Do the Ricky Bobby, go
all
that, man. Like so, you know, people be forgetting that spiritual aspect that's really deeply rooted into what you feel and how you feel. It's that music amplify that within you. Like back to what you was asking about the club scene and how I DJ. Like I'm a little old school with it. I try to get there early enough. I like my sound being
That's right. What I noticed when I went to your set when you did the listening.
Yeah.
Everything before everybody kind of got there was shit I was vibing with.
See
like that's the shit I listen to.
See,
but
so
once everybody got
already comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like so once everybody comfortable and vibing and shit like that, well, you know, I open it up to requests because I want to see where a motherfucker mind is right now. You know what I'm saying? And I love the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Ladies love the Woo. You know what I'm saying? The Woo love the kids too. You know what I'm saying? And they'll come tell me immediately where they at. You know what I'm saying? Like the ladies be like, well, come on, turn up.
And that's what's kind of funny to me because it's like people want from their music what they don't want from their life. You know? It's like it's funny when people
music
be like,
is an escape.
Yeah, but when people be like, they be shooting the club up or something. But if you're listening to a song while you're in the club, that's saying shoot this motherfucker up. Let anybody touch you or anybody aggravate you, feel like inclined already. You're already in that space.
That energy, just so that's why it's imperative that DJs understand the type of power they got.
Exactly.
And that's why you got so many cats fighting hard to become a DJ because they want that type of power, but they don't want the responsibility to come with it to be, you know, mindful that hey, you can't like right now to this day, Turn the Club Up is still banned from every club. Like you play Turn the Club Up, man, and
because everybody just
You look,
and that's what it's like.
I'm guilty. I just started a couple fights in the club
just because
purpose.
You like watch what I do
because I was ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they was playing with my money. Like, I make them turn this motherfucker up, man. Quit playing with me, like.
Damn, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, that's abusive power right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that often, but I done had a few club owners and promoters had me fucked up. Like,
so just thinking about this, like, just the fact of that, it's like it's like music has changed a lot, right? Like if you look back to, let's say, just go back to the '60s or something, we've gone from love music to now murder music to twerk music.
Cheating,
I mean, they were still in but it was like it was still surface level type stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they were getting deep into it, but it was like love. It was human interaction.
Yeah.
It was human, personal type of stuff.
Something to the imagination.
Exactly. Tried to be a little cryptic a little bit and stuff, but now it's like
all I know.
yeah, and I'm not gonna just say that's all it is, because honestly, I have tons of new music I like that do the opposite of that, you know. But it also seems like either it's something. Is it force fed? Since you're on that side of the industry, is it force fed to us, or is it the people really want it? You know, or is it or where's that balance come out? Is it are people being hypnotized into doing it, or is that what people need? You know, you were saying it's like people like living in you can live through the music, you know, like where's that? What is that?
Hey, because I have asked when people made their requests. It's like, turn me up. I'm like, okay, where you at? What you need? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it come off where I'm asking them, like, what you trying to sell dope in the club? You trying to throw that ass? What you trying to do? Like, oh, I want all that. And that's how they be. So I had to play the dope dealer music, the thug music, and like the twerk music done changed too, because like, usually you had a twerk song like Back That Ass Up or Let Me See It and stuff like that. Now they twerking to the hard thug gangster shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's also been like a pendulum shift with just the men and women, just gender nowadays, because I think women have really embodied male mannerisms and male energies, you know, and that in turn has kind of changed the whole game, because a lot of the female artists now have a very masculine way of delivering their music. You know, you got the Meg Thee Stallions, you got the Cardi B's, you got all these women that are very, you know, successful right now, but they're still pushing the stuff a lot of women were saying was degrading to them not too long ago.
And some of them still feel like that, but they like Megan and they like Cardi. You know what
I mean, because of course because you still love a success story. You still love supporting somebody that's just doing what they can do, you know. But it's like we're, especially us as a people, we're always kind of stuck at that bottom of where we want our negativity, but we want to get out of it also, you know? So I'm just kind of want to hear your side as that man that kind of facilitates it in a lot of different ways.
And it get tough sometimes. Like, I don't even lie, because I got a set. I like to throw a lot of St. Louis music in there, throw back St. Louis music and stuff like that. And, you know, it'd be cool, you know, but they initially want the new hot shit. So as a DJ, you know, keeping up with the Joneses has been kind of tough, because I ain't got no record pool. You know what I'm saying? I have to do all this shit by myself. Like, I'm my own coalition and everything. Like, I got the big dogs shaking my hand when they see me, because I tried to get in with them and I had to do my own thing.
Now you made your own interview,
yeah, and it's like, damn, we see you, little nigga, like, and now everybody, because of technology, can be a DJ, and like I had to pay.
That's one thing too. Also, people feel like I just gotta have my iPhone and my iPad hooked up. I can be a DJ.
Man, look, a brother that I was really cool with, man, that I thought really highly of, man. I asked his brother, let me set up beside him, and cause he was trying to do his little thing off his little phone. I'm like, man, I ain't gonna even charge them. Just let me set up with you, man. And he, you know, because he had a little momentum going in there. And he wanted that whatever that little fame or notoriety was that motherfucker get from doing shit like that. He wanted that to himself, and I had to step up. I had to stop fucking with him, man. Cause see, like, it's deep. It's deep. Like, here in St. Louis and just, I guess, the industry period, cats get caught up with whatever this little fame that comes with doing this.
Especially nowadays where you can get your little 15 seconds of fame like this, like that. And you can get addicted where people will really sell themselves at a fault to get it, you know? And so I'm gonna let you die, but I kind of want to ask you, like, even just with what you're playing at night or with what people want to hear and all that, how is your mental health affected? And also when you take it home, does it go home with you, or does it change your shit up? How's your mental health being that?
A lot of times I ride home in silence.
Really?
I don't want to hear shit after I DJ. Like,
really?
Yeah, because they be wanting the same shit over and over, like all that gangster shit that hey, Pooh Shiesty a hard rapper, man, but he kind of like a male version of Megan Thee Stallion. All she rap about is vagina and shit, you know what I'm saying? And all he rap about is shooting motherfuckers up, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, out the wild, man, how many times can you say the same thing on over and over? Like,
what I be wanting to know is, like, for how long are we gonna act like it's cool to kill each other? You know, or how long is we gonna act like that's what give us notoriety? Like, in actuality, I mean, I don't know, because I believe what I put out there, I attract. So sometimes I feel like a lot of people not like that, but that's just because I'm not in those crowds, you know. But it feels like a lot of people are on a different wave where they're like, I can't really do that all the time. I can rock like that a little bit, but we gotta get this shit going. We gotta elevate. We gotta do all this stuff, and it seems like it's happening on a large scale. But also, it also still seems like there's still that love for, you know, the bullshit.
It is, and I mean, the best way I can explain it is like, I don't know, you get into a certain area where you cool and you feel safe, and the drinks start kicking in. You know what I'm saying? Everybody participates in the thugness. You know what I'm saying? Like the one song "Gang Gang" by Black Youngster and Moneybagg Yo. Like, man, it's a part on there. Black Youngster say, I shoot the grandma in the back hole. Oh, that shit never been in the way. The white ass got clapped though, and that's basically the part where I cut it down, and they say that shit word for word. I just be like, usually I used to joke with them, be like, man, I better not shoot nobody grandma. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but it's like, how long we gonna take pride in being fucked up like that?
Wait, but what's the word? What's the song that Megan had? Savages. How long are we gonna take pride in being savages, being that's what they use against us? You know, like, in every sense of the word, based on their weapon that's used against us, which is our aggression. Every time they say, we say, why are you killing us? Well, they say, well, why are you killing each other? They say this and this. They say, well, why are you doing this? And our aggression is what makes us not liable when it comes to being taken seriously. Even though that should not be the case, because we know what's wrong is wrong. But it's like, I don't know. You know, it's like,
you're definitely touching on something that's close to my heart, man. You know, I had lost a son.
Really?
And I mean, he was my son through my first marriage, but he was my son.
Your son.
You know what I'm saying? And one of his own little so-called partners did it to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he was out there getting a little money, you know?
And that's also a thing, is like, we've also been up to a stage where we are so unforgiving of each other, or also even so jealous, or I don't even know your son's situation, but you know, a lot of our lives get taken for very futile things, you know, like being that, oh, we had a disagreement, we can't see eye to eye on this, or, oh, I'm getting money and I'm not helping you get money, and stuff like that, so now I'm an enemy type of thing, where it all goes in a circle. But at the end of the day, it's usually very minuscule stuff, and you know, and we've got more patience for everybody else but us. You know?
And that's what be pissing me off, because it's like, you know, we could be savages towards each other, but when these people do something to us, you know, we go tear up the buildings instead of go taking that fight straight to them.
That's the thing. And it's like, because I was, you know how they have the thing about stop Asian hate right now, and you know, and I don't have no problem with that or anything, but I just know when I'm being manipulated. Because I know that they use my fear and my aggression as a weapon against me. So if I have fear that, the whole movement we've had is now going to lose its momentum because now we're looking into Asian, now I'm going to attack the Asian movement, and now we're stuck. Now we're going back and forth with Asians when the problem is with the oppressor in the first place. And
the way I feel about that with our people dealing with that, like, I mean, especially here in St. Louis, we shouldn't have nothing to do with that. We've been eating fried rice since motherfucking Pampers.
But that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. We're being manipulated because it's the same thing happened with Black Lives Matter. If you can get people to just be more in the division and hate a certain group, we're gonna forget about the whole system that got us here.
Yeah.
And it's like, because I feel like personally that it's my purpose to try to enlighten people in some type of way of what's going on, because we're getting slapped in the face so many times and we're always looking in the other direction. Like, and when the person slapping on his face been the same one the whole time, and we're like, who did that? Who? Wow. And it's like, and it's sometimes I just sit down and I don't even know how to operate, because it's like we've been manipulated on a scale to the point where even truth doesn't sink in the same way.
Right.
And it's like, so with that, I kind of want to more dive back into your children now. So how do you maneuver with your children? Because if you can tell, like, how many kids you have or your situation.
Man, look, I grew up in that how to be a player era. You know what I'm saying? So I got 6 kids. You know what
Gotcha.
I'm saying? 6 different women. You know what I'm saying? I've been married twice. I don't have any children with them physically. You know what I'm saying? But through marriage though. And like, I try not to. I can give relationship advice because of all the failures, that, you know what I'm saying, that I done been through with this stuff, man. But that village stuff real, man, and we got to get back to that. Like, really? I really feel like if people can get past they hurt feelings, that and because I be praying growth into all of their mothers' hearts. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't change what I did.
Right.
I can't change what I didn't do, what expectations you thought I should have stepped up to. I can't change none of that. I'm here right now. I'm present. I'm trying to be present. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Like my youngest son, he's 5. I don't get to see him. Her and I had a disagreement, and it carried over to 5 years now. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do you feel the disagreement held that much leverage, or did it, build more, or do you see how it could have,
I have my own ideas of what may have transpired between us, but the whole fact that you want me to go through your mama to see my son, I didn't have that baby with your mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't that hard to deal with, but then you over there playing house with another man, letting him raise my son. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But let's be
adults about it.
Let's co-parent.
You know what I'm
saying? I don't want you. You know what I'm saying? And this for
you think that goes into it a lot too, like where like
all of it. The man be thinking that I still want to. And hey, look, I just want to be able to deal with my kids. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, it got to the point where I had to choose a method of where I had to just fall back to a time where they start calling me to come get the kids because they was either fed up with them or couldn't do shit with them no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, like now I got my 18-year-old son there with me. I got one of my 10-year-old sons there with me, and I'm basically forcing him to make himself get done with school. I know Corona fucked up his senior year. Yeah. Fucked up my big girl senior year too, but she made it through. She tried college. And it wasn't really right because of the whole online shit and all that
That's
shit.
it's not a very
good experience.
It's not a great environment to learn, you know.
So I got him, and he be in your height. You know what I'm saying? I be and my team roll damn near right behind him. You know what I'm saying? I keep trying to let them know, like, y'all, you learn from my mistakes, and I preach choices, making good choices. That's what I'm on my soapbox with every day, because you know I had my dad around every now and then. He wasn't like super there, like living in the household and stuff like that. But Pearl wasn't easy woman to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. You know. But if the black community can embrace co-parenting and learn how to get past they ill feelings towards one another, I think our community in general will succeed on such a level, man.
Because in actuality, we've lost just so much trust in each other. It's like I feel like it's a lot of people, but I'm not gonna answer it for you. But I know in my family, when I was a kid, we used to have big gatherings of family. You know, like I used to go to my aunt's house every weekend, or we used to do something. We was always together. And as I got older, like it just stopped.
It stopped.
You know?
That's scary.
That's that. But yeah, as we got older, it just stopped, you know, and it's like how
do we get back to that?
What really caused that so much distrust in intermediate family? You know, it's like we can't even trust our brother half the time, or our sister, you know?
I call it the matrix theory, bro. You know, like if you think about it, how you got all these. Okay, so basically in the Matrix, you know, Mr. Smith got out, and he had a human body somehow. Yep. And he started causing all that chaos between all them, getting them. That's basically the government.
Yeah, definitely.
The government has implemented so many different things in the black community to make us turn against each other. One, child support.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That was the whole thing.
Because if you tell a woman to decide between money or that man who all for some reason the narrative is all niggas ain't shit. Right. It's like I'd just rather take the money. So also I'm not gonna say all niggas is shit. All niggas did right, but also it puts even the men who try, it puts them in a position where it's like
that ain't enough.
Exactly. Especially so. One, how do you deal with that? And two, and also with you raising men in this climate, how do you deal with that?
Man, it's a couple of different answers to that. Like one being like that's very, very difficult to deal with, because you know I've been shamed many times that my efforts weren't enough. You know, and I wasn't finna go out there and try to sell no dope just to appease,
just to make you happy,
you know, just to appease to them and wanting to keep the kids in the latest.
When also we live in a materialistic world that is unreal right now, where it's like somebody lives in the projects but they want a Birkin bag, you know, or
and a Jaguar,
yeah, you know, and it's like one, the priorities are fucked up. Two, where would that get you? Like how much have we devalued ourselves when we feel we need thousands of dollars in our uniform, in the clothes we wear? How devalued have we gotten?
Well, I ain't gonna say that part is devalued. I'm gonna say for that part right there, that's some stuff that's deep down our genetics, man. Because everything they took from over there in Africa was all kings and queens. You know what I'm saying? And that's our bloodline over here. Whether we want to acknowledge it or not.
Of course.
So our people in America, black people in America are unlike anything ever in the world right now.
Of course.
And people don't understand that. Like, we are our own entity. Like, we got blood ties over there, but we not them. Whatever God chose us to be right here in this country right now, that's what we are. And like deep down in our genetics, man, we ain't gonna never not shine.
Right. That's where I totally get what you're saying, but I think I may have misspoke with the devaluing because I'm saying
they tricked us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They used it against us.
That's exactly what I mean, because I feel like people feel like they're not of value until they have those things. Right. You know, not saying that they're devalued, you know, but it's like we have this, we don't think we have it until we have it, you know.
You have to watch. It's a video, and I don't know if they still got it on YouTube or not, but it's a video called "Selling to the Negro." And the man, they got a whole scenario. It's in black and white, man, about you have to make the Negro feel important, like they are the ones that's in control, and all. You know, I'm just like, what? Like, this ain't really. And so with that, they know they know we get money.
I mean, we're to make it out of no way. Yeah, because we provide so much to this economic system where if we stop doing anything, it's going to be felt. Yeah. Regardless, if we stopped doing anything to the point of just stop buying Nike or just stop buying Band-Aids or something like that, there will be a shift because we always consume in masses.
That black dollar so strong, man. It's crazy. Like if moms was to like really link and not spend no money on Black Friday for real, man, we fuck around and damn near shut the economy down.
I mean, like, in all honesty, I don't even celebrate any of the holidays anymore because I don't feel like there's the right energies in it, and it's all based on just consumerism. Yeah. You know, and it's just like you can take the most level-headed, humblest person, and it's just it's all hooked up to our genetics with these holidays and all these things where we feel. I see so many people going through a lot of just mental health issues during Christmas time, you know, where it's like, I mean, even for you got 6 kids and 6 mothers. Like, how does that in Christmas time?
I fucking like Christmas, bro. Like, for one, my childhood. Like, I mean, Pearl did a great job raising us and giving us a great childhood, but it was just some points in that childhood that was very, very hard to deal with. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, them fucking riverboats was down here, man. My mama, like a lot of parents, was caught up trying to make $1.15 down there, and it will backfire a lot. And it was some seasons, bro. We ain't had lights. Seasons, bro. You know what I'm saying? My mama down there on camera, begging Larry Rice to help pay the light bill and shit. My folks coming back, we just seen your mama on TV on Larry Rice. That shit was embarrassing, bro. Like, man, like, dog, like.
And it's like, but the thing is, she's like, she wants to provide for her family, so she'll take a little bit. She's like, maybe I can get some, and that gets addictive. Like me, I'm afraid to even gamble. I don't gamble at all. But it's like I can see how because once you get into it, once you get one little payout one day, it's like that little bit of hope can poison the rest of your life.
And that go back to them frequencies and vibrations, man. That shit down in there, in that shit, man. That fuck one, because she would wake up out of sleep talking about, I hear that.
Yeah.
What?
But they don't talk.
Hearing the
they don't talk about the sounds and the oxygen levels they put in those casinos and the lights and how they affect, because we don't realize we're kind of mentally and emotionally terrorized daily. Like, you go into the grocery store, they got certain lights that make you feel a different type of way while you're shopping, and all the music and all the things, just the way that things are patterned in the grocery store, how while you're walking through, why certain things are always in these type of things. We're always manipulated and marketed towards, and it's like, it's difficult. It's just difficult. And it's like I try to talk to people like, we need to stop acting like we have to convince them of what they're doing, because they know, you know. But we waste a lot of time asking questions to people that don't give a fuck, you know. But there was something I was thinking about before, and I want to ask you. When I say the words like generational curses and things like that, what do you think of when I say that?
That's deep. Because I actually feel like you, me, a lot of people in a lot of the 80s babies have been tasked with breaking their generational curses,
Yes.
like from the bad spending habits to not knowing how to save to not knowing how to use credit right. You know, what I'm
And
saying?
even treating how to treat your family.
How to treat your family,
How to treat
you know what I'm
your
saying? Not being
kids,
a toxic
your wife,
parent,
your woman,
all of
relationships.
that, all of that.
You
All
know,
of that.
what are some changes just relationship wise that you see that you weren't even taught these things, but now you've broken a habit and now you're changing?
I appreciate having one woman versus, you know, a couple of different ones and stuff like that, man. Plus, it's expensive having a lot of women. You gotta have some. Even the richest man gonna end up settling down with one woman after a while, man, because he get tired of all that.
And like we were saying before, it's a lot of, I think women in general were very much attacked materialistically, where even I think they have an even deeper tie when it comes to that value and materialism that we was talking about, you know. So with that and generational curses, like, because you have daughters also.
I got 2 daughters. Yeah.
So how do you navigate that?
It's tough, dog, because I ain't gonna even lie.
Because you want to give things to your daughter, right?
All the time.
You know?
And there's been times like I straight didn't want to show my face because I ain't got no money to go with them.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like I straight didn't want to come pick them up because I'm like, God, what I'm gonna do? I can't go buy them nothing. You know.
But it's like they really want your time. But
at one point, time was okay. But Mama was expecting them to come back with something.
Oh.
See what I'm saying?
So okay. So they were taught.
Eventually, they was taught to, you know, you supposed to come back home with something. You know, I mean, it ain't so much so that now. You know, and it's a lot more comfortable where, you know, we can just go out and watch a movie and eat and just laugh and have fun, and that's cool. Buy a little something, you know what I'm saying? Like it was to the point, man. Like I was out there doing a lot of fucked up shit, trying to keep some money in my pocket to try to do something for them kids. You know what I'm saying? Like.
So what was that journey like, and how did you deal with the demons that brought? Like, how do you practice your mental health? What do you do to, you know, help yourself?
Once I finally discovered peace of mind, man, you know, and learning how to protect my energy and my peace, hey, everybody been getting cut off. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's causing me any type of stagnant energy, like where I'm feeling frustrated or feeling like I need to, okay, I'm gonna give you the real scenario of what happened. The 10-year-old that's at the house with me now, his mother and I got into a real bad domestic situation. I hit him. You know what I'm saying? This was around the time Chris Brown had beat Rihanna up. So behind that was a whole lesson. I was facing 7 years, man. They ain't give a fuck about it being my first offense. They ain't give a fuck about me dealing with the mental shit I was dealing with from being in the service, being in war and shit. They ain't give a fuck about none of that shit. They was trying to hang me, man. Like 7 whole years. Like I did 6 months in the workhouse, dog. Like you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not glorifying jail by no means. You know what I'm saying? That shit sucks. But you know, I know it wasn't a lot of time, but it was enough time for me to know I ain't want no more parts of that shit. I would see these young brothers coming in there, you know, looking like this shit was a summer camp. So, what's up, cuz? You back down here, cuz? What's up? And I'm looking at them like, nigga, no. This is not no shit you need to be excited about. What the fuck's wrong with you?
The sad part is we're taught, like, a lot of men are taught that that's part of coming of age. And also, to go back to with the domestic, a lot of us are taught that we need to control people with anger. Or a lot of men are taught, like, if you're not getting your way, beat the shit out of something, or punch something, or do something.
3 emotions most black men are taught. And what I was getting to was all of that, actually, because those 3 emotions are being happy, sad, and angry. That's bipolar as fuck. And there's no in between.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
I was just talking to my wife about it because we just went through a little situation while we was in LA, and I was just telling her, I was like, you got to realize in this situation right now, you just feel sad. you're not really angry. But us, we kind of all our emotions are tied into anger. You know, even sometimes happy. Like sometimes we get so happy, we be like, "What the fuck's about to happen next?" You know, and it lets you know how fucked up we are because we don't have a range of emotions.
Happy, like you think some shit finna happen. Like that is insane. Like that's deep.
And you kind of just brought it up again, and we're talking about the system and all the stuff that we're brought up in and that's kind of put upon us. So how was the experience when you were actually in the system, being in the Naval Academy? What type of things were they pushing there? Did you feel any damage from there, or did it uplift? Like what was that experience like?
It wasn't until I got to the fleet I started feeling the racism and stuff like that, and I was too stupid to understand what was going on at the time. And I had a black chief that was on my ass, and I thought he was just being a fucking dick. You know what I'm saying? But the whole time, he was trying to get us to understand what was happening and how we were being viewed and how we should have been carrying ourselves and how hard they had to fight to be dignified. Like I didn't get it till it was too late. You know what I'm saying?
You just felt like, damn, why are you on me?
Yeah, he was on our ass, man. Big black ass motherfucker too.
And that's the saddest part is like, that's what happened. Like even with black cops and things, because if they feel like they have to be even harder on us because they know what kind of reaction we'll get from anybody else. You know, and in turn we end up sometimes hurting each other.
In the hood.
Yeah,
the black cop that pulled over Cuban.
Exactly.
Doing all that extra shit in front of that white cop. That's the perfect example of what be going on sometimes out here. You know what I'm saying, man? I mean, it got a little better because the black cops seeing like now we got some people standing behind us. We can kind of stand up for ourselves now. We ain't gotta be no house nigga in here no more. You know what I'm saying? Like it's. I kind of feel sorry for them. Like I straight tried to go to the police academy too, but I guess God had different plans. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause all that shit happened around the same time. That me her getting into it, and like I ended up having to go to a domestic violence class, an anger management class, was both in one. I ended up having to go to a PTSD class.
Damn.
Like shit got real, and in the domestic violence class, like it was just a lot of being accountable for what you did. Now I don't want to hear about what she did to make you do what you did. What did you do? And how did it make you feel? Like it was a whole list of words on the board. We had to pick 3 words every day when we came in to help describe how we were feeling. Couldn't say happy, sad, mad.
But you had to really get into how you felt.
Really get into how we was feeling. And I'm actually grateful for that, because I didn't know how to express myself outside of that. Like a lot of black men don't know how to do, like especially here in St. Louis. Black.
All right, boss. We kind of got cut off, but kind of wanted to ask you now. I know we're probably going to just divert it a quick left from what we was just talking about, but I want to ask, like, how is it building a relationship, trying to build a successful? Because you're saying you're engaged.
Yeah.
How building a successful relationship while ending generational curses, changing traditions, doing all these things. How is it building a successful relationship?
Hey man, it's tough, bro. It's tough because our women have dealt with broken men. Our brothers that's somewhat healed been dealing with broken women, and helping each other heal is tough, especially trying to build a good foundation to have a good relationship in, especially when you done been in a marriage. She's been married, I've been married twice, so we kind of got an idea of what we're looking for, you know, and
but also even with that, like, in my opinion, it feels like what was taught prior to even search for in marriage sometimes isn't even that imperative when it comes to a strong relationship.
That shit obsolete now, bro.
You know?
I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. Like, it's to the point where I simply just would like someone to be real with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I was looking for love so bad. Like
I ain't even care if they had a significant other. Just let me know when I get my turn. You know what I'm saying? Like if I can't call on Thursdays at 6 cause you know he over there, tell me that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of people who ain't even reached that type of realness with they self yet. And I kept bumping into that, and I also kept bumping into, as crazy as it seemed, man, even though I ain't like no superstar, nothing like that, I still been running into people that was like caught up with DeWu. But then they started learning about Darnell, and they was like, I ain't signed up for all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they was caught up with the thought of
the person they saw
DJ.
Yeah, the person they saw DJing, yeah.
And like it got to a point before I met her, like I just was like, you know what? She wanna fuck on DeWu, I'm finna let her fuck on DeWu. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna give her the DeWu.
So you end up embodying a whole nother person,
yeah, man. Like it's crazy. Like it's.
And I think that is something on a even probably on a different scale what a lot of men that experience success deal with.
And it could be success on a small level.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's why you got cats out here caught up with trying to be the man. Like whether that be the dope dealer, the DJ, the promoter, they caught up with the fame, and it's so messed up now. Like cats is happy with how many followers they got. You know what I'm saying? That's why you've been seeing that whole little quote on some of them other people's pages, like the thing is to be booked, not popular. You know what I'm saying? Be paid, not popular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, these cats caught up with being popular.
And that's even more than even just the business. Like it seems the whole everyone, like kids, adults, grandmas, grandpa, it's like everybody's falling into this social media just
I can be a
rat
star
race.
too. I can be a star. Look what I can do.
Yeah. Look at me dance and do my It's
like, and then it's so sad and sickening because it done got to the point where they don't even care if they hurt themselves on camera, as long as they get acknowledged. You know what I'm saying?
very
like,
true, very true. Or even play themselves, or just degrade themselves.
The whole. I'm in the hospital again, y'all. Pray for me.
Yeah.
You know, I said, why would you post that?
Yeah.
No. Why would you say somebody yourself like that? Like,
and it's like we used to deal with people that just wanted attention, so they might act out. But now in the social media age, the acting out is kind of praised sometimes, because even while people are doing it, people are validating it. Like it's weird. Like people have different personalities while they're online and things like that. And
a persona,
yeah,
a whole persona. Like it's DeWu is branding itself. And I had to learn how to rebrand it, because after I cut my hair, because my hair was down my back at first, man. After I cut my hair, man, cats was acting like they didn't know who I was when I stepped in the club. That's where the glasses came from. You know what I'm saying? So if I ain't got no label on me saying DeWu or nothing like that, between the hat, the gauges, and my glasses, oh, that's DeWu right there.
That's the brand.
You know what I'm saying? That's the brand. Like it's. Again, learned that shit down there at the school. You know what I'm saying? Like some people kind of picked it up on their own, but yeah, that branding shit is serious, and some people don't know how to step back from their persona and be who they are, because
you're so busy building something that you want to be that you lost who you are.
Yeah.
Damn.
Caught up in it, man.
So I don't want to hold you too long, but I want to get to as much stuff as possible. And I'm trying to think of something that might be more skewed towards your experience, but just thinking just with music and everything nowadays, it's like, what's your view for the future, or what is from your position, how do you feel about the future?
I mean, I feel very optimistic about the future,
Cause like you said, it does feel like a lot of just 80s babies are really breaking a lot of curses. Cause it's like the younger ones, they're kind of deeper into the matrix than even the people before us, type of thing. Because it's like the people before us was in the matrix through different levels, like through religion and through different things like that, through, you know, the workplace and careers. That's how they kind of fell into the matrix. Now it's like the social media matrix. It's even crazier.
You seen that movie Divergent?
I believe I have, where they're kind of in the camps and they got people categorized on what they do and stuff.
You know, the Divergent people was the motherfuckers they couldn't control. I really feel like that about the 80s babies. That's why they've been trying to kill us all. We was the group they couldn't control. You know what I'm saying? And we was gonna fuck up the wheel. There's this big wheel systematic wheel that they got. You know what I'm saying? And like that's what kind of why, not to be getting too much off the task, but that's kind of why I respect Kanye, even though people think he crazy and shit. Somebody let him see the inner workings of the wheel, and he been trying to tell people about it. And when the Matrix turns on and Mr. Smith pop out and start trying to check him about it, he go back to his crazy self. Like, I'm just, you know, like
that's what's acceptable.
You know
like that's
what
what,
like, oh, well, I was just bullshit. Don't, you know.
Yeah, that's an easy.
I know he knows.
He knows. He knows. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm a big Kanye fan. Big Kanye fan. I'm not I appreciate his drive to change things. You know, sometimes I don't know exactly his the end goals and things like that, because I'm not per se a religious person, but I would say maybe a spiritual person, but I'm also just a person who looks within. You know, I think that everything starts with there. So before spirituality, religion, I look within. But I think a lot of things out here teach us not to, and I think that one of the main things is Christianity. They teach us how to worship everything but focus on ourselves, you know. And that's where I kind of get off with Kanye, because he had his whole journey and then he kind of just reverted back to this whole Christianity thing like that. And it's like, I want to just be with you, bro. Like, just let me know when I can tap back in, type of thing. And plus, it's like when I'm seeing with the Kardashians and stuff, it's easy for me to just be like, damn, I lost my nigga. Like, I lost him, you know? So what's your point of view of that?
You know what, man? I think the brothers just got smart enough to know when to hold them and when to fold them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the song say, I think he has become wise enough to know when to use his discretion. You know what I'm saying? His discernment. You know?
Yeah. Because with anything, I think a lot of us, we lack empathy. And I think we are some of the people that I think if we had any empathy, we will be able to get over anything, because we know we've been through some shit. Even if you ain't been through some shit this life, you know you've carried on some shit, your grandparents or anything. Even if you want to just talk about past lives or anything like that, there's shit that we know we've gone through. So we can always figure out a way to empathize with somebody and be like, I don't think it's your fault, bro. Like, it's I can't blame you, you know. But we lack a lot of empathy, especially for ourselves. Yeah.
And you got a lot of conscious people that's trying to redo that, but I feel like they probably get a little worn out or whatever. Like,
it's hard. It's hard. You know, because it feels like not only, and this is just from my perspective, like not only am I trying to fight for people to understand each other, it's like you then have to fight just to convince people to be loving, just to convince people to be nice or not to be angry. It's like some people are so proud of their anger. You know, it's so proud of.
That's what's been getting them attention.
Yeah.
At this point, everything has become a tool to get some type of attention, man, and it's kind of sickening. Like, I consider myself a for real activist, for real. And even though I didn't do the front lines and all that stuff like everybody else did, I knew they were doing it for the wrong reason. Nobody's really ready to take that fight where it needs to go, and because I know that's why I ain't stuck my neck out there like that. I'm not finna stick my neck out there for y'all, and y'all not ready to really turn the table.
And I feel like that's kind of my feelings too, because it's like I don't want to go out and fight a fight where y'all don't even know what direction y'all want to go to. I don't want to fight for and end up drowning in your disillusion. You know
what I'm saying? All y'all trying to do is have a moment for social media. I'm
yeah,
cool, bro.
you know, or like I'm in the riots, I'm gonna take pictures, or, you know, I'm doing this, I'm gonna do this, you know, like, and it's because in my belief is I don't think we need a savior anymore. I think we need to all just start looking within and hiding our fucking elevation, and then once we do that, we'll get to a better place. But it's like, I think everybody's looking for a savior, and you know, I think that's what Christian religion teaches you too. They you know, stuff like that.
My conclusion with all of that, bro, and I've been saying it for a couple of years now, man. It's gonna take the black women to save us, man. It's
beautiful, yes.
I love that unspoken power that black women have. That
because they also they not only have power, they can have power and love at the same time.
Power and love.
Where
they really control the influence.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's a very much an attack on black women right now.
On all women.
Yeah.
On all women.
Very true.
And I'm gonna tell you something deep. Like I really feel like God is a woman, and I really feel like at one point, woman was dominant on the earth. And somehow,
of course,
a man
in his insecurity had to change things.
Yeah.
Because for one, we can't exist without a woman. We was all birthed through a woman. So that lets you know the totem pole right there. Like we can be as many men on this world as possible. How you gonna procreate? What's gonna happen? There's no life without a woman.
It's called the Black Dahlia.
Yeah.
In the Catholic Church, there is a black woman with a black baby up there that they pray to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the word was with God, and with God was the word. That's woman, and that's the child. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't super deep into it like that. It's some brothers that can recite that shit word for word. You know what I'm saying? But my logical thinking has brought me to understand, like, what we've been taught ain't right.
Yeah, because
we
haven't been taught to value our women at all,
and trip off how they've been oppressed.
Yes, like even to the next level of our oppression, because even our oppression was used as a weapon against them. Yeah, you know, like no matter what, even most of the stuff the black man went through, they put us through in order to oppress the black woman. Oh, well, no, let's not even just say black, but just in general, just men in general. It's like all the things that happen to us, it seems like it's to take the power away from the woman.
I really feel like, man, there's some type of immortal out there, man. Probably a group of them. They playing a very intense game of chess with all of us, man. Like
even if it's not an actual immortal, it's immortal ideas, where it's like they are keeping that alive. And it's just that float, because it's kept alive to the point where the people that are acting upon it don't even have to know what they're doing. You know, it's like I doubt the people that, let's say, even if you talk about slavery or something like that, I doubt the slavers were saying, yeah, we beat them, we killed them, we did this, we did that. No, they don't pass down the exact things, but they pass down the hate. So the hate gets passed down, and then even the confidence in the hate gets passed down, because you're not seeing all the other shit, but you see, like, this is how you should feel, and all the insecurities and fears that come out with it. And as that grows and grows and grows, the confidence grows and the hate grows, and we end up here with it's like the hate is its own organism.
It is.
You know, where it was implanted, and it's been growing.
You know, that's funny, because, you know, that just took me back to when I was in boot camp. It was white boys that came that had never seen black people before. You know what I'm saying? They were actually slightly amazed. They was like, y'all ain't like nothing I heard about.
Yeah.
So they, you know, they would ask questions and look for understanding, and after that, like, you know, their whole life probably was changed behind that. Like a lot of them sailors and stuff like that, and them soldiers and stuff like that, man, that's a different type of camaraderie that you build up, and it kind of take precedence over what you grew up with. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's deeper than
because that's like, even with empathy, I really try to as many people as I can talk to, try to convince them to have empathy for the oppressor, because I believe it's just in their nature. It's just what they were taught and what their insecurities made them believe for survival. What they had made them believe they had to do for survival.
Man.
You know, and it's like, because as long as we're having hate against somebody, we're not going to build. Like, in their culture, it's a war culture. You know,
but you know what? You have empathy, but you use caution, man.
Exactly, and that's how trust. That's what I think is the basis of trust. You know, trust doesn't mean I trust you in with my bank account, with all my shit. No, I trust you to be DeWu.
Yeah.
You know, like, I trust you to do the things you do well. I trust if you lack in certain things, like, I trust those things. We have to start trusting people to be what they are and stop being so shocked because we have a standards of trust, like, oh, you have to be this or I can't trust you, because all that distrust is what leaves our family broken. It was leave our friendships, relationships, all that broken, because we feel everybody has to stand up to this unobtainable trust. You know, it's like, if you have a woman and she's a great woman and all this stuff and but she might just be a klepto or some shit like that. It's like, you know, but if you just saying like, well, I just can't fuck with you because you steal, but it's like, okay, I know you do this. Let's try to work on that, because now I know this. So when we go to stores, I'm gonna watch you and be like, hey, baby, don't do this, right? But you know, but that's what I'm saying. You're gonna move.
Different.
You're gonna move like that, but for some reason we're taught we have to move exactly how we move, and if they move out and do whatever they do, it's a problem. And that's why a lot of people don't heal from anything, because we just act like everything's just a problem and not like we have past traumas, you know.
Nobody's facing the trauma, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and it feels like we're doing that a lot now.
I'm big on being accountable. Like, that domestic violence shit, man, really hit home and taught me a lot of deep personal shit. Like, my mom even was like, when I got out, she's like, boy, it's like you 5 years older. Yeah, like mentally and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was seeing shit different. Like, I had to literally, I got down into my Bible real deep, man, and like, after finishing the First Testament and stuff and trying to get off into the Second Testament, the New Testament, that's when the Bible kind of lost me, because it wouldn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? After a while, like you went from all these different good stories about God and the creation of man to all this, like, it was blotchy. It's bits and pieces missing, but I became closer to my Creator. You know what I'm saying? It was to the point where I became a prominent figure in my dorm. Like they didn't have a prayer circle in there. I started the prayer circle in there, and eventually I had grown men, you know what I'm saying, seeking counsel from me. You know, and I ain't bragging on it. I'm just saying, like, with me becoming, I call it spiritual boot camp. That was spiritual boot camp for me, because it was very similar to boot camp at up there in Great Lakes. Like, the dorm was set up the same and everything. The only thing was different was our uniforms. My right hand of God.
And that's what I also think is mental terrorism too, because schools, our military, and our prisons are all similar institutions.
Very similar.
Yeah, and you've been through all three.
Yeah.
You know, so it's hard to not see what's being done to me. You know, and the fact that you went through there and came out better is a beautiful thing, because a lot of the institutions aren't meant for rehab or rehabilitation or growth. Right. You know, they're meant for, like you said, the dude to come in there like, oh, my name's like, what's happening?
Keep on making money off that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's a deeper game. It's a deeper game than what everybody know. Cause, you know, with us, with our socials and all that shit being tied to money and currency and all that shit like that, like, they've been paying bills with us for a long time. Man, I mean,
it started. That's how it started with us. We've been paying with more than dollars. We've been paying with our life for forever. You know, and so like I said, I'm not gonna keep you too much longer, but right now I want to ask you, one, if you wanted to if in our conversation you had a question like you wanted to ask me, you do so. And also, if you just wanted to speak anything or put anything out there, go ahead.
Man, I mean, shout out to you for one. You know
Well,
what I'm saying, brother? You know what I'm saying? Still doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the pandemic been a motherfucker
for everybody,
you know
everybody.
What I'm saying? But a lot of people, and it look like you found yourself in the pandemic just like everybody else
Yeah,
did. So be
yeah.
able to keep going and do your thing. So salute to you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I definitely do.
Y'all need me, holla at me. DJ DeWu on all social media. DJ DeWu. Weddings, all that stuff, man. Been 521 South Bender. That's the hookah bar I'm at now. So Eve's hookah bar, come down, support, chop it up with me. We have a beer or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you,
I
bro.
appreciate you, family.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right.
All right, we out of here.